AI agents. You've probably heard the term, and for a long time, it felt like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, what was once just a cool concept for the big screen is now a real deal business reality for 2025. And yeah, it's bringing up some pretty huge questions about our careers, our companies, and our whole future.
So let's just cut right to the chase, shall we? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The one question that's on everybody's mind is an AI agent coming to take my job? Well, according to HubSpot's SVP of Marketing, Kieran Flanagan, the answer is a pretty strong no. He says they're not replacing entire roles, they're promoting people. And that single idea, it kind of flips the whole script. The real story here isn't about replacement at all, it's about partnership. And getting your head around that shift is absolutely crucial. To really understand this new kind of partnership, we first have to get super clear on what an AI agent actually is. Because, trust me, they're fundamentally different from the AI tools, like chatbots, that we've all been playing with lately.
So what is an AI agent? The definition itself is pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's a software system that can perform multi-step tasks autonomously for you. And that one word, autonomously, is the whole shebang. It's not just about giving you information, it's about taking action and getting things done.
This right here, this is probably the most important distinction to get. On the left, you've got a chatbot. Think of it like a recipe book. It gives you instructions, right? Go here, do this, then do that. But you still have to do all of the work. Now, the AI agent on the right, it's completely different. You don't give it instructions, you give it a goal. It doesn't give you the recipe. It goes out, buys the ingredients, bakes the cake, and delivers it to you. It completes the entire workflow.
This whole idea of autonomy is the real game changer. Like Kieran Flanagan puts it, you can give an agent a task, and you can literally leave the room, and it will autonomously figure out how to get there. We're moving way beyond a simple conversation. This is true delegation.
All right, so that's the theory. Sounds pretty cool, right? But let's get practical. Let's look at what this actually looks like in the real world and how businesses are putting agents to work right now. For marketing teams, this is just a productivity revolution. Seriously, just take that first example. Imagine feeding an agent a 1-hour webinar you just recorded. That agent can then go analyze it, figure out what your competitors are doing, and automatically draft 10 SEO-optimized social posts complete with A/B testing ideas. That's hours of tedious manual work just gone, done, in minutes. It frees up your team to focus on pure strategy and creativity.
And in sales, the impact is just as massive. An agent can take a raw list of leads, go out and automatically enrich their data from across the web, score them on who's most likely to buy, and then draft personalized outreach messages for the top 20. This means your sales reps can start their day not with hours of boring research, but with a prioritized list of warm prospects who are ready for a real conversation.
HubSpot CMO Kip Bodner gave this fantastic real-world example. He said, when a new person signs up on their website, they have an agent instantly go online and start researching that person. But here's the crazy part. It doesn't just pull data. It actually comes up with hypotheses on how this specific person is going to use their product. That is automated strategic insight, not just data, and it's delivered to the sales team before they even make the first call. And hey, this isn't just for your customer-facing teams. Think about all the internal friction that just slows a company down. Processing expense reports, booking complicated travel, trying to find that one answer in a messy, outdated knowledge base. Agents can tackle all of that directly. It's like removing all the operational drag so everyone in the company can move way faster.
Okay, so this all sounds incredibly powerful, but I know what you're probably thinking. Where on earth do I even start? So let's walk through a really practical, actionable way you can begin experimenting with AI agents in your own work without getting overwhelmed. The absolute key is to start smart, and that means focusing on what we call low-precision tasks. As you can see here, these are the areas where, 90% accuracy is totally fine, and error has minimal consequences. Things like drafting content or summarizing research articles. You save the high-precision stuff,
The things that need to be nearly perfect, like legal contracts or big financial decisions, for human oversight. At least for now. This gives you a safe sandbox to experiment and learn in.
And this simple roadmap gives you a clear path forward. You start by assessing, find a low-precision task, and decide what success looks like. Then you implement. Start with just one single use case. Then you integrate it with your existing tools. And finally, and this is important, you measure the impact, track the efficiency and the quality. From there, you just repeat the cycle. It's all about making small, compounding wins, not taking some giant, risky leap.
Okay, so now we know what agents are and how you can get started. But now let's zoom out and look at the really big picture, because this isn't just about automating a few tasks. This is about fundamentally changing the nature of our jobs and the skills that we all value.
This timeline really puts this moment into perspective. We went from AI as a simple assistant back in the 80s to an augmenter to a co-creator with the rise of Gen AI. And each of those steps was a really big deal. But today, we are entering a totally new era, AI as a true partner. A partner that has autonomy, that has memory, and has access to its own tools. This is something else entirely.
And that leads us to a genuinely mind-blowing insight from Kieran Flanagan. He predicts that in the future, people might be hired because of the agents that they have helping them do their role. Just let that sink in for a minute. Your professional value won't just be measured by your own personal output, but by the effectiveness of the AI team that you command.
So here's the bottom line. Your professional value is shifting. It's becoming less about the specific tasks you can do and much more about your ability to be a manager, to build, manage, and leverage your own personal portfolio of AI agents. Think of it like having your own digital staff that act as a force multiplier for your own unique skills and expertise.
Which brings us right to the final critical question for you. If the future of your career really will depend on your personal team of AI agents, then it's time to start thinking like an investor in your own productivity. So you have to ask yourself, what's going to be in your portfolio?